Boy, now this was an interesting reading today as we got into Judges 10, 11, and 12. You hear about this judge, Jephthah, and he's such an interesting character. He's someone who's gone away for a long time. He was the son of a prostitute. He was rejected by his people and then eventually called back to be a judge of his people. But you start to see, as we're going to play out over the next number, these judges are not these wonderful, great men. And what we see here is Jephthah go and make a vow to the Lord. And what you're starting to see, I think, is this connection between Jephthah and his Jewish religion and the pagan religions that he was in when he was away from the Jewish people. And you start to see that really mix and meld into. And so God certainly was very much against child sacrifice, but he was for making vows. And if we did make a vow, we were called to keep it. And so it seems as though Jephthah takes both of these things and kind of meshes them together. And you see the tragic results of that. You see, God doesn't say we can pick and choose our religious parts to put together. He says we follow what Christ has us do. We follow what the scriptures teach us. Not other religions, not other religious teachings or ideologies and mesh them all together. We're not meant to do that. God says we follow him and him alone. And when we don't do that, we see the tragic results of that. And we pray and continue to pray that God would help us be faithful in our walk with him. God's blessings as you're reading through Judges.